After studying all the regulations, I could finally grab a piece of steel that I had sourced locally, mark out the roll cage plates that I needed, and start cutting. Based on both Appendix K, which governs historic motorsport for the FIA, and the Motorsport Ireland regulations, which cover things more locally, I decided to mark out plates 140mm by 90. This will give me a surface area over 120 cm squared for the Appendix K and over 1.5 times the footing plates of my cage covering the Motorsport Ireland. Much more detail in the previous video if you want to go into it. I'll be making matching plates to go under the floor, and this will help to sandwich the floor surface nice and flat between the plates and hold it to the cage. I'll cut them out all in one strip so that the markings are consistent. This sheet of metal was an offcut, but luckily it has some nice square edges. That's my first two plates marked out. It should be 3mm thick.
Just checking.
I'll cut them out using thin cutting discs in the angle grinder, which is powered off at the plug at the minute. Still using that quick release chuck. It's brilliant. Let's start cutting. That's one. That's two. I marked out another pair, and that's four. I'll slot them both in under the cage to get it sitting right, and then I'll mark the holes as per the original footings. I'm happy with the measurements I chose because it fits nicely with that little rise in the floor. I'll leave the nicest edge facing out. With the cage sitting snugly, I marked the holes that I want to drill in the plates. I checked the gap between the roll bar and the rise for the back seat. Just to make sure I have it sitting square. The gaps to the sills look consistent. And now for a treat. A brand new Jefferson 350 watt bench drill from eFox Engineers. My old bench drill had finally fallen apart, and this will be much better than a handheld drill for the 3mm plates, which I have a lot to do. There's a little bit of assembling to do, so it's going to be a little mini project. I'm hoping that that fixing plate will fit where the old drill was. There's the two holes, and it looks like I'm in luck. I'll fix it down straight away so I have no disasters with my new tool. Assembling Jefferson tools with Jefferson tools. I need a 19 socket for the ratchet and a 19 spanner. I was really lucky that this garage had these benches when I moved in. Someday I'll get them all cleared and I'll have loads of workspace. I'll fix it good and tight so there'll be no rattling. Now, This is the post. And that little plate was sympathetically made with a little recess to allow space for the socket or spanner. Keep it tidy. Put back the old tools before getting out the next ones. So I need a 14 socket and the little ratchet. Little locking washer on these. I suppose there's a bit of vibration expected. This is the little work table. Glad I spotted to fit that before I put the drill head on. Here's the drill itself. It's a handy little one. It'll go up to 13mm drill bits. It is nice to be unwrapping something new. We don't even get to wire plugs anymore. These are the feed handles to raise and lower the drill. It's the even pressure you're able to give with these that helps you to drill through thicker steel than you can do with a hand drill. Better put on all the guards since you're watching. There's two little locating screws which go through pre-drilled holes in the shield. And one little nut and bolt on the front. That's an important grub screw which holds the drill onto the pillar. And now for the chuck. Slots onto a taper and takes a couple of whacks with a soft mallet to secure it. Connected the plug behind my bench and flick the switch. Let's see if it powers up. There we go. That might be a bit fast for what I want to do, which is drive 10mm drill bit through 3mm plate steel. So I'll go down to 1000 RPM. The motor swings a little and you can tighten it a bit like an alternator on a car. Wouldn't it be great to have wing nuts for tensioning your alternator belt? Power on again and I'll go get my plates. I had a drill vise already. And this is my drill bit set. That's the chuck key. I'll have to put that on a string. I think I'm gonna go 10mm at the end, so I'll just start with the 5mm pilot hole. It's a nice feel to the chuck. Guard, goggles, Power up. It works well. I did 5 pilot holes into the centers of the marks that I had made in the plate. Changing my grip on the feed handle. These are the full durations of the cuts. Okay, let's step up to the 10mm drill bit. Spins nicely. I'll have to lower the work table as well. That hole is in the right place for fitting in larger bits. Don't think there's any need to over tighten with this. Now, let's see how it goes. Maybe another step in size between 5 and 10mm would have been kinder to it, but I want to try it out properly. A little bit of oil might be nice too. A little bit of noise, but it's done the 5 of those, no problem. Moment of truth now. Will it fit? Looks good. I'll use the hand drill to go through the floor in my next video. Then I can mark the plates through the holes for under the floor. For the second top plate, I'm starting with a 6mm drill bit. And then I'll have less of a step up to the 10, which did the 5, no problem. This one's a good fit too. Looking forward to getting those other plates on underneath and squeezing down the floor to both.